Let me know when you see it's live.
Sitting on the Twitch page. Just wait.
It says we're live.
Okay.
Yep, I just got it. We're live.
Now everybody make sure that like you can hear everybody that's talking. And then I'll just get started. Let me just give it I'll give it a beat and then we'll just start. Okay? And we'll stay quiet for a second.
Are you gonna introduce all of us, or are we just gonna jump in? There's a lot of people.
No, I got it.
Okay.
The Quadcast.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Season 4 of the Pentakill League, sponsored by Smirnoff Ice. I'm the host with the most, the Alpha, the Omega. I am the boss, they call me Gcola, baby. And with me, I have a full cast table. We got a full house for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I have Kevin, the Piltover Firelight Captain, and his flower in the top lane, Ceceily. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Ceceily. I was here on the last cast. I'm happy to be back, everyone.
Hi, I'm Kev. Yeah, Piltover Firelights. Happy to be here and very excited to see this game.
And before we have last and certainly not least, Bill Nye, the science guy, and the scary ADC in the bot lane, Kaidou. Let's hear it!
We're going with Bill Nye the Science Guy?
We
I like it.
should have went over this beforehand, I think.
There was no planning. I'm fine with Bill Nye. Let's go.
Let me jump right in. We have this game. We're going to be going against the Noxus Black Rose against the Ionian Bladedancers. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I just might be.
I thought it was Noxus Warlords.
It was the Black Rose last season, but it's okay. Just
before.
a quick rebranding.
What a faux pas. You know what?
Embarrassing.
Yes, very much so. Let's just...
Your
let's
energy's making it all work anyways.
We can just move on to the actual game. I need the overlay that has it on the scoreboards. We can do that later. Let's jump right into the action.
I think it's honestly...
There's no action. We're just looking at the...
Let's jump right into the 2-minute delay.
I'm looking at Pick Van right now, and the thing that stands out to me is, like, I've been spamming a bunch of Draven in Norms just to try and pick it up, and it's pretty busted right now, so I can imagine that was on the top of their mind spanning it away from Vol.
Yeah, Vol has
Who's been spamming Draven?
I don't know, I've been spamming a bit of Draven because if you look at something like OPGG,
gotcha.
it's just Draven has shot up the rankings, and Vol is apparently a notorious Draven player, so right away you can see they banned that out there, like, we're not having this.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing that I find really interesting about the draft here, particularly the bans, is the last 3 bans for Noxus, all 3 support champs, and those are the ones that Zoomies likes to play. I actually haven't seen them on the Renata, but you know.
Say again?
Horrible.
But Zillion, Yumi.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Zillion,
Yumi, Renata, Glask. Crazy that, you know,
they really went after him, man.
It's bot lane city, yeah. I think I don't want to say the scariest thing. I think all of Ionian Bladedancers have been pretty formidable. And I think, sorry, I should probably have the scores. Can someone refresh me on what the scores are in terms of, like, how these two teams are faring? I need to know, like, how well they've been doing.
Okay, so for a little bit of context, Noxus Warlords come into this game. Yeah. I believe with a 2-2 record. I think they've won 2 in a row.
Here, I got it here. Noxus Warlords is 2-2, and then what? Ionian? They are 1-2.
Okay,
right.
So
and they actually just, I want to say, they're actually coming into this game with off their first win. They just beat the Bilgewater Powder Monkeys yesterday. So I think they're looking to get that momentum going. And I think they're playing 2 games tonight, actually. Our next game, you know, we have a doubleheader. It's going to be Ionian Bladedancers versus VW, the Voidwalkers. So, you know, they're definitely, they want to go into this game with a good attitude, get a quick win, and then use that momentum in their next game.
Now, and I know Noxus, is this their second or third game that they've had their swap? Because if I remember, it was Pikachu was AD, and then Goose was mid.
Whoops.
I can't remember. Is this their second or third game they're like this? Because I'm kind of curious how well they've been.
Yeah, so
jiving.
this is actually their second game with this configuration. Tall, handsome top, playing the Ezreal last game, with
That's right,
Soraka, Pikachu of Light. So something similar. A safe AD carry, Xayah with that ultimate going to be staying safe, going to be farming really well. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of talent in this bot lane here.
I love the idea that like they're going like Tristana Taric, like we are going to make some plays happen early in the laning phase.
We're gonna kill someone, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised that Tall Handsome Top isn't like matching that sort of. I don't know how well versed Tall Handsome Top is as an ADC. I remember him being a.
He had a pretty clean Ezreal.
Oh, okay. Well, then it should be interesting. I think the focus is gonna be on this ginormous black screen that I'm looking at.
For sure. Just go ahead and hit that play button. You should be fine.
Oh, okay. Right. Perfect.
Real quick, while we're waiting for this endless void of nothingness to complete, Cece, as our resident top laner and Wukong expert, you want to talk to us through this matchup? Expert. What you think about the Mordekaiser versus Wukong matchup?
Not gonna lie, I have no idea.
I
think Mordekaiser wins all ends, and I imagine Wukong just wants to poke him out.
So it's actually one of the only champions that actually does well. Miles, click ahead in the timeline.
Okay. Does anybody want to ask me what I think?
No, not really.
No.
But so Mordekaiser are actually one of the only champs that like does decent into Wukong top. So
how do I keep the scoreboard up?
Press U. And then press tab.
Tab? And then just hold tab.
Oh, and then also want to make sure we give a shout out to what is that, Blitz or Mobalytics for the
oh yeah, thank you so much. It's actually U.GG. Ladies and gentlemen, U.GG has their own application. Great for tracking the enemy summoners. We're gonna see, this is our first time actually like spectating while using this. So it should be I don't know, I feel like it's gonna add a lot. We're gonna be able to track the summoner spells, like that's something that we actually do during a game. I'm not gonna be holding tab the entire time, so I need.
No, it just press O. I think.
It's O. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, to sort of trampoline off of what Kevin is saying, Wukong is actually the only person, one of the only people that could actually stand toe to toe with against Mordekaiser, even in his sort of ult form. And not to mention being able to juke out Mordekaiser's ult with a clone, which I would be very happy to see if that happens. And I think that's something that Ichigo knows. Trying to take the fight pretty early on, wanting to get Stabby Kitty on the ropes. Bot side, we're going to be seeing some action. We did see early sort of cheese play. Firefox is making sure this level 1 is one-sided. I think Stabby Kitty could be throwing out some Qs and trading alternatively, but he's just going to be focusing on the wave.
Yeah, definitely a summoner, difference here. That's wow, it's a level 2 quickly there. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a summoner. The summoner difference in the top laner is going to come into play, right? Like Wukong might be able to look for something with the ignite. Mordekaiser going to try to stay alive through that all in and use his teleport to get control of the lane. So.
Yeah, Firefox is getting a lot of...
and actually a quick gank here coming through, so... See if they're able to get anything off.
I think at best they'll be able to maybe blow up Flash, but I can't see them locking Wukong down this early, especially with that wave state.
I mean, even still, like, Firefox is still at 3 CS. He's gotten a lot of, like, harass off, but needs to be focusing on those, on that wave management. You want to get the early aggression incoming from getting last hits and utilizing it that way, as opposed to just chunking out a bit of health. Ooh, we could be seeing some action right here on the invade. Gerber looks to concede that camp and to back off, and that should spell top scuttle for the Tim, the human, the actual Human Torch.
Yeah, the literal Human Torch.
Is he really human though?
He is definitely
Human
Torch. Do we have proof?
He doesn't have ignite.
Do we have empirical evidence?
Not empirical, but...
Trundle actually giving up a Oh wow, as we see.
Oh, that was a
maybe
cute play by Wukong.
What?
Oh, good pull by Mord.
All right, so that's gonna be a thing on Mord.
Flash for flash.
Can we do this?
Oh, Tristana's going hard. Oh, but the exhaust mitigates most of the bomb damage.
Going right into tower range and that's...
He should have followed through and just autoed the Soraka one more time.
This is looking like a double kill for Tall Handsome Top. He's not going to be leaving it alone. Human Torch coming in to clean up the Vol. That's first blood. And...
Wow.
2 deaths on the bot lane. That was very aggressive.
I think Vol gave way too much respect. He was already in. I think one more auto finishes off the Soraka and then evens up the odds.
But that is a kill going to... for Firefox against Stabby Kitty. I think Stabby Kitty could have won that potentially and held off a little bit on his E.
So
or his Q,
two things there that are notable. Hopefully the game will slow down a little bit here so I can get a little bit in here. But real quick, on the bot lane, that all in, a little bit poorly timed for the bot lane of Ionia there, just because they saw that the Trundle was topside. They saw that the Trundle elected to do his topside camps and then hang around topside, you know, looking for a top gank, invading. So they knew that he was going to be on the bottom side of the map, clearing up those camps that he didn't get a chance to get. They knew that it was, you know, very likely that Trundle was going to be very close and able to show up, you know, for that all in. So that's very unfortunate. And then also, you know, I think just on the top lane, Mordekaiser, you know, he still had the teleport. He could have gone back. He could have used that to kind of come back with full health. You know, Wukong is stuck there with no health. So, you know, just 2 really unfortunate kind of plays that could have definitely been avoided.
Wukong got the level 6 first.
That's going to be very bad for Mordekaiser. Yeah, once you get a little...
He's just going to zone him off.
I like the build that Stabby Kitty is going, very conservative, just trying to be tanky, because once it becomes later in the game, Mordekaiser doesn't really have to deal with anybody other than the Tristana, the Anivia, a lot easier targets. So he's just trying to survive here.
I love this aggression.
Yeah.
I love the aggression. You know, he knows he's strong. He knows that Mordekaiser still has teleport, so it's kind of... As we see a little bit of an all-in in the bot lane here.
It's good damage, but, like...
Soraka
can heal it all back up.
Cushion everything out, so it's like...
Absolutely.
Them being under tower is not an angle that they're going to be able to take.
No, and Goose is doing a really great job there of keeping the wave right underneath him.
This perma-shoving is just going to be exactly what Tall Handsome Top wants, because they're safe. And Tim is going to be utilizing that. Oh, he got the right one.
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to mean much.
You need a Q button.
Wukong's dead when he comes out, though. No. Oh, no. Skylar couldn't get the stun.
Can he get the double off, though?
I think the Trundle wins it long term, yeah.
Tim smacking a bad word up. Smack my bad word up. You guys ever, you guys heard of the Prodigy? That's... Take a picture. All right, yeah.
I think the other issue with bot lane is that Tark is one of the things that I pay attention a lot to is Tark is playing more often behind Tristana. So there's a perfect example of, yes, Tristana is going to be able to carry the stun into the engage because she's jumping in, but because Tark's so far back, he's not there to soak damage or to pull a heal.
What is going on?
Oh my god!
Way!
But see, that kind of gets to my point there. When Tark is in front, when Tark's in front, he does damage. He does tank. He does become a threat. As long as that Tark's ahead of Vol, they are way more dangerous.
That's incredible. They can win this. Old Man Zubi's has ultimate. They want to. They can take this.
Absolutely. I think they should.
Don't be scared. Come on. Yeah, that was incredible. It was a super close fight.
Very close
and that's
fight.
definitely going to make a difference, right? Like, I feel like they have a pretty snowbally bot lane. If Triss gets strong enough, she will be able to jump on the Slugs, jump on this Triss, or excuse me, jump on the Soraka, jump on the Xayah. So yeah, it's definitely going to make a difference. Definitely going to matter.
I'm going to go ahead and say maybe
toggle the gold.
Maybe it wasn't like a great... It could have gone so poorly, though. Like, it was something that, like...
It really did. Vol was 10 health or something,
Yeah,
right?
he needed to go like get out there, and I think if Tall Handsome Top had like disengaged and like didn't try to go for the Taric that like ate a turret shot, they still would have been better off. Like they are in for a kill, like still getting the last hits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, this could be bad news,
Wukong
Bears.
might
He
be in
already
danger.
used his clone, so this could be the
this is
angle.
horrible for Wukong.
Yup, and that
Great
should be
ult,
it.
great ult. I don't know if the flash was necessary, but either way, great
Flash
kill.
was not, but Ionian Bladedancers wasting no time to wait. What are they called now? They're still the Ionian Bladedancers, right?
Yeah, they're the Ionian.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's still Bladedancers.
Okay, got it. Utilizing this and making sure that they grab the Rift Herald, so no kill goes to waste. Like the Native
This looks-
Americans, they waste nothing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This Lux has to be sitting on a massive back.
Let's see.
Yeah, oh my god, she just has not backed at all.
2.3k gold. Pretty big buy.
It's almost a full item.
It's hard to like find a good back
Wow.
timing when you have an Anivia like sort of perma pushing you in, but you gotta back, kids. If it's a bad back, at least it's a back. That's
From what I
old
saw
Gcola
too, the
says.
Lux had the advantage for a little bit there, just abusing the Anivia down to low health. Never really able to put her into a threat position, but now, you know, she's going to come back with a lot more items. I wonder if this brings in Human Torch as an easy gank. If you can get off a Q, Torch comes in with a pillar. That Anivia is very squishy.
Can we see what she bought?
Sure.
Yeah, so just AP and mana. I'm not sure she could survive a 2v1.
Both these comps are actually so scary. Like, I feel like there's so many things that can happen for either team that just win them the fight, you know? Like, really good Mordekaiser ultimates, really good Skarner ultimates, somebody getting picked off by Tristana, like, Soraka keeping people alive. Like, just really, two really potent comps, right? Just, like, a lot that you
In
can
a
do.
5v fight, if you're Mord, who do you want to take away? Someone like Vol for damage or someone like Garner for the hard CC?
I mean, it
or
really
even
depends,
Wukong.
right? Like,
That'll be a determining factor of, yeah, you know, the Mordekaiser ult can be powerful, but, you know, what's the target, what's the goal? And the wrong one at the wrong time will throw a fight.
I want to commend Firefox on a great cheesy play. It was able to go in, clear a couple of camps, some Noxus jungle camps, and then come back in time for the... Whoa.
Oh, Seabreak flashing in.
Crest
Flash for flash.
Flash for flash.
Flash for flash. Looking at some of the CS numbers here, it's actually pretty even. You know, the mid lane a little bit ahead for the Noxus Warlords, but I think they're all pretty happy right now. Like, I don't think anybody's too upset with how their lane is going.
Yeah, Ionian Bladedancers are gonna have their tower, or sorry, the Noxus are going to have their towers go down, but I think that's kind of what they want at this point, just to be able to like play that wave back into their territory.
They definitely want all their towers gone, and then Nexus too.
And then Nexus.
Nah.
Having
they're just-
3 inhibs, like there's you get gold from that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Firefox?
We're just gonna sit here.
Yeah, I was gonna sit in silence, just like going in with
Watching this happen. That's a 1-for-1 kill. Great follow up by the Skarner.
We're just in awe.
We're
in
just
awe
sitting there
of
like,
that tower.
oh my god. Our minds couldn't even comprehend what was happening in front of us.
I see Tristana Tarka going top lane. I'd almost argue doing that. I mean, you could throw them mid lane, take an easy mid lane tower with how well they've been able to push, and Anivia should be able to sit in the bot lane and just farm off that tower from a distance and never really be a threat. I'm kind of curious why they chose to send Tristana to the top lane.
Can we do that? Can we just have like silent shoutcasting?
The
Just like as soon as a
the
fight
dive starts.
Yeah, as soon as like a
Hum it up,
play
hum it up, hum it
happens,
up.
everybody just stay quiet. Just stay absolutely quiet. I want the viewer to sort of discern what's happening.
Yeah. I think I saw that in a movie once.
This is one of those.
Yeah, it's very artsy. Anivia opting to go for the that item definitely has a name. The Everfrost, right?
Oh,
So-
she can get a good wall off.
Oh,
Oh, she
that is a
nailed
good
it.
wall off.
Missed the Everfrost, but it's dead anyways.
Yeah.
Wonderful follow-up. Excellent wall by Seabreak there.
I was thinking it was interesting too when I saw the Kindle gem, but I just didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh,
And
okay.
this, what's the timer on the dragon? It's
So it says
13
on the
seconds.
right
This
side,
this
13
is
seconds.
definitely a free dragon, especially with Mordekaiser staying top lane.
Yeah, pushing ahead. Ooh, there could be diving
There-
with this.
Oh, they might be looking at the Trundle. Ooh, good pillar actually. Puts him
I do think that the item choice for, as Old Man Zoomies walks into Human Torch here on the Trundle, I do think that the item choice for Anivia kind of spells what they're trying to do here. They're definitely looking for picks, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Kind of obvious with Skarner, but if they were kind of like, oh, we'll stall this game out if we need to, like let's just get Anivia some good items to wave clear. They're definitely looking to fight, right?
They're kind of Noxus is definitely pushed out here. They're vulnerable. I think you can collapse on that Trundle, but there seems to be great ult. That's one.
Oh my god!
Does he get out? No way! Okay, Sean is able to flash in, follow up, get the kill, but I think it was a bit disjoint on the fight until Skarner was able to pull someone in and then they could all follow in, but Tristan is locked down. No Lux ult though, can't follow up. Another stun though. Skarner's able to get the double stun off. It's another kill there.
The lockdown is crazy with this team. Yeah, they choose one person and they say fuck you in particular. I think Mordekaiser should have been in that fight after especially the tower went down.
Yeah, Mord should have been making his way down a bit sooner.
Yeah.
Something of note though, I know for Seabrig, teams already know to kind of permaban his Malzahar, but right now it seems like this Anivia is serving a very similar role to what that Malzahar is supposed to do. Very safe farming, hard CCing carry. He's playing it actually, it's not a flashy pick, but he's playing it particularly well with the great walls, some great stuns, and this might turn into a long-term pick that he could play around because he's able to show that, much like Malzahar, he can turn himself into a hard CC character.
Yeah, for sure. And, Anivia does a great job at farming in the mid, and even kind of early stages of the game after she has her ultimate. So it's definitely like something that, can be played to just kind of farm and scale up. So I think that instantly makes it a great pick for, somebody who sometimes is going to have some hard matchups mid, right?
Absolutely. But no, genuinely happy with that state of the map. It seems like the Bladedancers have, at this point, 3 winning lanes. Two winning lanes and a winning jungle, I should say. And it's, starting to show in how they were able to dance around the dragon, how they were able to get the solo kill beforehand, the fight afterwards, and now they're looking around this, the Rift Herald now, and they're able to kind of push them off and maybe push in and get some deep warding.
Did anyone feel upset for the Lux there with that wall? And oh my god,
that it was just like
I
just
know
at
I'd be
pixel.
so mad.
Yeah.
It's just I'd be so angry.
I want to say that the Noxian warband, what are they called?
The Noblian Warsmarks.
Nubian Warhammers.
Noblian.
The Nets.
The Brooklyn Nets.
The Brooklyn Mets are like not far behind.
That's even worse. The Mets. The Mets, baby.
The Yankees are doing great now, but like not completely so far ahead that one team fight can't just like break, because they've been forcing a lot of fights. Like a lot of these fights are not.
Ooh,
they're just sort of throwing out all their CC.
Excellent follow through.
They throw out all their CC.
Healing behind that Soraka.
There's a Mordekaiser coming in.
Mordekaiser's coming in for what should be an easy kill. Oh, and the Anivia goes down, and
you
this is
should ult the egg. That would be funny, right?
That'd be. Yeah. But I'm looking now, especially with that Soraka. I don't see any anti-heal on the side of the Bladedancers, and they need to get on that fast because that Soraka's about to become a huge problem if someone like a Mordekaiser or a Trundle can sustain a fight for way too long. It can be a beefy front line.
This is actually a scary push. Rift Herald,
they're gonna get three towers
charges.
Almost?
Yeah, 3 charges off of that.
And with the Trundle spreads towers too, so this is definitely scary.
They could definitely take this tower. It might be a little bit icy, but
I think this is overstaying. Like, you should be happy. Like, you got a bunch of gold off of that. It's down to like, obviously they don't know this, but now it's just like 400, 600 gold.
No, they're definitely doing the math. They know exactly.
They definitely know. Yeah, I would like to say that you got Dragon coming up in a minute. Just reset. they're not weak. They're pretty strong. Let's see, gold wise.
I agree, and I also want to say, like, you know,
they're ahead.
obviously, Ionian has had some fights and some engages that have gone well for them. They feel a little forced, honestly.
Yeah.
The Nivea ones have been fine; those are just kind of picks. But that mid lane one, where Skarner ended up getting the ultimate, it looked weird, right? It doesn't look like it's not super clean. It is a little forced. I think there's room there.
If Noxus had the numbers, like they could
absolutely
turn it.
Yeah,
but
I mean, Noxus didn't even have to fight that, right? Noxus, they knew Mordekaiser was top. They could have backed up.
Yeah.
They just, you know, give the dragon and relax, right? So yeah, there's definitely room here. I don't think, you know, just because of how the fights have gone, it spells anything absolute. So we'll see. This is going to be huge. This might determine the game here.
And can we go back to items real quick? Because I'm curious what Tristana's building. Tristana's going for the Zeal item, and I'm curious what she'll build next. Because if she goes for something like a Lord Dominic's, that would signal she'd be a really good position to do a front-back team fight, which I think Noxus is always going to want to take.
Oh my god.
Gotta pause. Picks going on here. Lux is picked off right away, turning this to a 5v4. This is definitely going to be Ionian Bladedancers Dragon if they don't throw this
I've never seen it an Anivia wall disjoint a team so hard.
Like I said, Seabrick's playing this pick really well. This is going to turn into another must-ban if they really want to handicap IBD's mid lane. Mordekaiser took Vol into the Death Realm, so that turns the power way harder. Tall Handsome doing some work in the back line, taking on the Wukong. Can he get the second kill here? Doesn't matter, got it, but it's still a 3v2. Tristana jumps into them! What are you doing? He manages to make it work!
Man. Okay, yeah.
How did they lose that?
Listen.
How did IBD lose that? Or no, how did IBD win that? Excuse me, because it looked like for a moment Mordekaiser had taken Vol out of the fight, and it should have been close to even.
It was
wonderful job.
So it's hard when you have someone as mobile as Tristana, and you're like a Mordekaiser just sort of like lumbering over to try and catch her. Walk to melee range first, and then land your abilities.
Oh my god.
Trying to land your abilities at a distance to try to close the gap when you're in the ult form is very difficult to land. But once you're in melee range, you could kind of do it. So I don't think they really took Tristana out of the fight, who's now becoming more and more of the scariest member on their team.
She's going to start pumping damage, and the Anivia keeps everyone up threat away from her. They have some excellent peel for that Trist.
They needed a great engage, because they already had Noxus needed a great engage because Lux was already picked off. So if it wasn't going to be a great engage, then it should have just been like another dragon given up. I just feel like maybe the engage could have been a little bit more Trundle focused, I would say.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that was a 4v5, right? Like, it's only second dragon. You know, there's
Mordekaiser can run down. These Anivia walls are doing absolute work.
Yeah, I would.
Oh my god!
I would say that this is kind of getting. It was like you said, decides the sort of tempo in the game, because now
Anivia with the teleport to try and hold them off.
So Tristana's super scary. Now
that 1v4 real quick. Mort actually got his ultimate off at the end of that, and Vol immediately cleansed it. So he does have that item. He has a QSS.
No, I thought cleanse doesn't work on Mortal.
No, he used QSS.
Oh, QSS.
He bought
okay.
QSS,
Sorry.
Yeah. I was gonna say, after that fight, he picked up the Phantom Dancers plus the QSS. He's in very good shape right now.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, he's 10,000 gold.
But the gold difference between the teams still is not strong. Human Torch, what are you doing walking in by yourself without the vision? Coming from the enemy side, that was a, brain off sort of moment, roaming a bit too close to the sun there. But there might be odds for a pick here if they can get someone. Oh, the stun just missing the Wukong. That could have been an excellent turn right there.
Listen, you stop the Baron, just back it up. Yeah. They need an honest to God 5v5 right now, because Noxus hasn't had that, and they've been engaging with everything. They've been throwing the kitchen sink without the faucet.
Yeah, for sure. And not even just that, again, like, these engages are not incredible for IB either, right? Like, they're not clean, super clean. They're not perfect. There's room there still to
even
you know,
like the Tristana jumping in the middle of everybody and like almost
exactly.
getting popped like this and just being able to like live with a sliver of health.
Absolutely opportunities for them to do stuff with that Mordekaiser ultimate. With you know, Lux always does damage, right? Soraka going to be keeping people alive. Like, there's definitely room for them to find something, find a better fight.
And if I'm Mordekaiser, I'm looking at actually taking out Skarner out of a fight, because yes, Anivia can put up a great wall and has been showing that they can put up these great stuns. It's Skarner who's following up on a particular target that the rest of IBD is able to follow up on. If I'm Mordekaiser, I'd take Skarner out of the fight. It completely, or I would assume, might disjoint IBD's fight, and they might have a chance to 4v4 while the two of them are duking it out in the Shadow Realm.
And so long as we're talking about Mordekaiser, I also would have liked maybe a different sort of build change. This is, hang on.
Another pick here. It just seems like Noxus is getting picked out way too much, up too far, not enough of a vision line, and they're just handing kills over at this point.
Yeah, I feel like Mordekaiser doesn't really need the Riftmaker. A Riftmaker is the best sort of item for Mordekaiser right now, but like, if he went for like a Frostfire Gauntlet or maybe like a Zanya's earlier and is able to just like shut down the Tristana more instead of just like ulting her to die, I think it would have been a lot more helpful.
Oh, they look like they're going to take the fight. They got some pulls, but Tristana's free firing for the moment. Mordekaiser can't say he pulled in. It looks like he pulled in Zoomies. Still can't follow through though. Now he's stuck in between 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of him. Mordekaiser's gone. Tall Handsome's trying to do as much work as possible. Teleport's coming in here. Bad Luck's going to come into a horrible spot. Misses the majority of her ult. Gets a stun off, but it's on the Wukong clone. Everyone is so lit in that backline, but they can't follow up. Tristana's jumping in, gets 1 kill. It looks like Tristana's going to be able to clean up again. And to be frank, this game looks over at this point.
Listen, 4v5, multiple 4v5 fights that look winnable, right? It's such a shame that
honestly they are. Yeah,
these fights, they're so close. They're so close.
Yeah.
If
any of those
Mordekaiser was able to finish off the Taric, if Lux was able to hit a couple more targets with that ult, if Zaya was able to get a better pull off, I mean, these are small changes.
This is one of those like it feels awful for one half and the other half they're like clutching it and they're like, buddy, we're getting that. Like,
you're definitely gonna watch this game back and just be like, damn, I wish we didn't fight here. I wish we didn't fight here. It's so close. These fights are so close. Let's just find a good one. Let's give up the objectives and just find a good fight. Because it's possible, right? Like, you can definitely do it.
Palpable. Like, you could just really swing it if you're the one that gets a pick off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like that Lux, if they're able to kill off the Tristana, that's a 700 gold swing, plus whatever else might happen in that fight. That immediately makes you, or puts you in a position to either not maybe one shot, but at least half health, 1, 2, maybe 3 people on.
I hate what they're doing here. I hate this sort of like, oh, we'll chase after, we're always like one step behind you, just sort of chasing after you, and then we're one down.
So I can do this.
It's the equivalent of like the Hashinshin TP where you like TP in at level 1 and then just die again. Though sitting in a bush. I don't like this.
Listen.
No, we're not doing direct.
There's so much waste going. There's no way this works. There's no way. Skarner,
I'm here for it.
please.
Listen, we can hope.
Oh, he's not doing it. This is such a waste.
Can we get a timer?
I'm invested.
Does anybody have a timer? Let's just keep an eye up here, folks.
They're leaving, but what was that? 20 seconds wasted? They're giving up 2 lanes of wave state?
And then they're gonna
could
die
have pushed
here.
in bot lane?
Yeah.
What is happening? What are these choices? The Lux sitting next to the Tristana getting blasted. Lux can't finish the ult. This is so... That looked desperate.
You can,
listen,
not
I
even
respect,
desperate, just misguided.
I respect them going for a fight that they, fought on their own terms, giving themselves a shot this time, fighting 5v5. Definitely, sketchy, engage, and, sketchy. The way it turned out was not great, but...
Yeah, but if you're in that position, wouldn't you prefer to kind of sit in your base? And
I agree, but that's not what they've been doing the whole time, right? We know
you're right.
That's not what they've been doing, so I at least prefer that fight over fighting a 4v5 after somebody getting picked. It's at least a 5v5.
Yeah, I agree. It's just not been the state of this game.
Yeah.
Either way, at the end, some pretty clean team fights by a couple particular members on IBD. By a couple particular members, I am going to sit here and ride the Seabrig train for MVP this game. Excellent walls, excellent stuns. did his job perfectly. Yes, I think Vol absolutely did the damage to carry the fights, but I'm sitting on here with a little Seabreak flag in the back right now.
Listen, I can't look at somebody have 13 kills and not say they're the MVP, regardless of how many times they jumped into tower range or into a melee champion.
Right.
You know, yeah. So sorry.
Okay. And I feel like only dying one time when you're the main carry, like you were the damage of your team.
Well, I mean, 3 of them only died one time. So.
I'm gonna give it to Old Man Zoomies. I feel like he had a lot of impact in that. Tarek has a lot of impact in general, but it felt like every single engagement that happened, he was right there with the ult, right there with the stun, really turning it around and peeling for the powers that be. So my MVP
Agreement. The top side of the map did effectively nothing. They were invisible. They didn't matter.
Yeah.
It was all the bot side.
I agree.
Okay.
Cece?
GG's.
Cece MVP?
Jeez.
Oh.
I'd say Vol.
Vol? Perfect. Fantastic game, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be moving on to the next one, which is, hey, can I see 1, 2, 3,